Good day, dear viewers. Today we will immerse ourselves in the world of Stoic philosophy to uncover the mysteries of the things that pull you down and prevent you from achieving true success and inner peace. These invisible obstacles, like shadows, may remain unnoticed, but they define your present and your future. But what if I told you that Stoicism opens the door to a world where these obstacles no longer have power over you? The goal of this video is to help you understand how removing certain things from your life can lead to significant positive changes. So, prepare for a journey that may change your worldview and take you to new heights. Dear viewers, subscribe to our YouTube channel and join the community of those who strive to live consciously and balanced. Now let's begin. The first obstacle we will discuss is the constant comparison of oneself to others. This phenomenon is so deeply entrenched in our consciousness that we often do not notice how it affects our thoughts, decisions, and emotions. We compare our lives, achievements, appearance, and even our dreams with those around us or with whom we follow on social media. This invisible competition creates the illusion that our life is not good enough and that we do not meet certain standards. But have you ever thought that each person has their unique path and that what seems like success to one may be insignificant to another? Stoicism teaches us to focus on our own goals, not on how we appear in the eyes of others. It is important to understand that this comparison is merely a trap that distracts us from true development. It makes us waste energy on things we cannot control instead of working on what really matters to us. When we constantly compare ourselves to others, we forget to appreciate our achievements and build our goals. This undermines our self-esteem and motivation, as there will always be someone who seems more successful or happier. However, Stoicism offers a different approach. Focus on what you can control, on your actions, your decisions, and your attitude towards events. Constantly comparing yourself to others is not just a habit, it is a true trap that can rob us of the joy of life. Imagine this situation. You wake up in the morning, open social media, and see someone celebrating yet another success, showing off their perfect appearance or demonstrating new purchases. In an instant, your mood sours, and you feel as if you have achieved nothing, that your life is simple and dull in comparison to others. But is this really the true picture? Social media is not reality. It is a showcase where everyone shows only the best moments, hiding their problems and failures. Constantly comparing yourself to this showcase makes you start seeing your life in a negative light, leading to a decrease in self-esteem and loss of confidence. This approach not only poisons your thoughts, but also hinders your growth. Instead of focusing on your achievements, you waste time and energy on what does not matter. But what can you do to free yourself from this trap? Stoics recommended practicing gratitude and focusing on your own path. Each day you can ask yourself, what did I do today to become better than yesterday? This simple question helps redirect your energy from external comparison to internal growth. Furthermore, it is helpful to remind yourself that everyone has their own pace and unique path. You are not obligated to meet anyone's standards, and your successes matter regardless of what others are doing. It is important to focus on what is under your control, on your actions, efforts, and determination to move forward. So instead of wasting time on comparison, direct your energy towards developing the qualities that truly matter to you. Learn to appreciate your own journey and be grateful for every step you have taken. Remember, you are not competing with anyone except yourself. When you embrace this awareness, you will feel inner peace and true freedom from external pressure. The second obstacle we will examine today is the fear of failure. This fear may seem subtle, but it has immense power over us, quietly influencing our decisions, limiting our opportunities, and holding us back from reaching our true potential. The fear of failure often arises from our desire to avoid pain, shame, or criticism. We fear taking the first step because we do not want to find ourselves in a situation where something might go wrong. But does this fear really have substance, or is it merely an illusion that exists in our minds? Imagine you are standing before an important decision. Perhaps it is a new project, an open opportunity, or even a personal dream. You feel excitement, but at the same time, your mind paints scenarios where everything goes wrong, where you experience defeat, and this feeling begins to weigh on you, forcing you to abandon the idea even before its realization. However, Stoicism teaches us to accept failures as an integral part of life, a necessary step on the path to growth. In reality, no great success has come without risk. To become better, we must learn to perceive failures as lessons, as experiences that make us stronger and wiser. Consider this. Every failure is an opportunity to learn something new about yourself, about your abilities, and about the world around you. It is like training your muscles. With each effort, you become stronger. But if you avoid this process, your muscles will remain weak. So how can we overcome this fear? One of the key principles of Stoicism is to focus on what we can control. You may not always be able to control the outcome, but you can always control your efforts, your attitude, and your willingness to try. Instead of fearing that something will go wrong, ask yourself, what can I do to improve my chances of success? What steps can I take to minimize risks? It is also important to remember that failures do not define you as a person. They are just temporary obstacles on your path to your goal. Instead of avoiding opportunities out of fear, use them as a challenge, as a way to test your strength and rise to a new level. So the next time an opportunity arises that makes you feel fearful, remember that the fear of failure is just a signal that you are stepping outside your comfort zone, and that is good, as true development begins outside of it. The third obstacle we will discuss today is excessive desire for control. Many of us believe that by controlling everything around us, we can achieve greater success or prevent negative situations. However, the reality is that the pursuit of absolute control can become a serious obstacle on the path to inner peace and development. We live in a constant flow of change, and trying to keep everything under control often turns into continuous stress, uncertainty, chaos, and unexpected situations. This is a natural part of life that we cannot completely eliminate. The problem is that instead of accepting this variability, we spend time and energy fighting it, trying to influence what is beyond our control. Think about how many times you have felt frustrated because something did not go as planned. Perhaps it was in work, personal life, or even in daily affairs. This desire for control can cause tension when situations slip from your grasp, leaving you with a sense of helplessness and dissatisfaction. However, Stoicism teaches us an important truth. We must learn to distinguish between what is in our hands and what we cannot influence. Epictetus said, "There are things we can control and things we cannot," and one of the greatest wisdoms lies in learning to accept the latter while focusing on the former. What does this mean in practice? It means we must be prepared for life's unpredictability and learn to let go of control over things that do not depend on us. For example, you cannot control the behavior of others, the economic situation, or the weather, but you can always control your reactions, your actions, and your thoughts. And this is where your true power lies. Once you learn to let go of the desire for control, you will see how part of your stress will disappear. You will stop worrying about what you cannot change and begin to focus on what is truly within your power. This will bring not only inner peace, but also open new opportunities for you, since you will no longer be stuck in the desire to control everything around you. So if you are constantly trying to keep everything under control, think about what would happen if you allowed yourself to let go of the situation a little. What would you gain if instead of striving to control everything, you focused on your own development and reactions to events? The answers to these questions could change your approach to life. Friends, right now, you can help the community learn more about the wisdom and strength of Stoicism. Your like and comment on this video will help it rise and become accessible to more people. Let's make the world a better place together by spreading the wisdom of Stoicism. The fourth obstacle we will discuss is self-pity. This unnoticed yet powerful force can pull you into a vortex of negative emotions and prevent your progress. It sneaks up on you in moments when you experience difficulties, failures, or injustices in life, and our minds start to focus on how everything is against us. Self-pity is like a trap that is easy to fall into, but very hard to escape. When you start to pity yourself, you feel helpless against circumstances, that life is unfair to you. This state makes you not seek a way out of situations, but instead, you get stuck in your complaints and blame external factors for your problems. But what is particularly dangerous about self-pity? It robs you of responsibility for your own life. You begin to believe that you cannot change anything because everything is against you, and this can become a major obstacle to achieving success and inner peace. You stop acting because you believe your efforts will yield no results, thus creating your own dissatisfaction. However, Stoicism teaches us to take responsibility for everything that happens in our lives. Marcus Aurelius said that we always have a choice in how we respond to circumstances, even when the situation seems unfair or painful. Only we decide whether to let it break us or use it as an opportunity for growth. What can you do to rid yourself of this obstacle? First, stop seeing yourself as a victim. Realize that difficulties are part of every person's life and that you are not alone in facing problems. Second, focus on solutions, not on problems. Ask yourself, what can I do to improve the situation? Even small steps in the right direction can change your reality. Remember that lamenting your fate will not change reality. Rather, the ability to accept it as a challenge gives you control over your destiny. If you want to change your life, stop looking for excuses and start acting. Only then can you defeat this insidious internal enemy. The fifth obstacle we will discuss is materialism. In the modern world, it has become a kind of ideology that permeates all aspects of our lives. We get caught up in the chase for new things, phones, cars, clothes, and all of this promises us quick satisfaction. But is this satisfaction really long-lasting? Are we not becoming prisoners of our own desires, where every new purchase brings only temporary happiness, then returns us to emptiness? Materialism is like a trap that the modern world lures us into, and while we all strive to reach a certain level of comfort, the question is how far we are willing to go to obtain it. Stoics, particularly Marcus Aurelius and Seneca, emphasize that external things do not bring true happiness. Why? Because they are temporary. Today you have one thing, and tomorrow you want more. It is an endless cycle that leaves no room for peace. Instead of seeking happiness in possessions, Stoicism urges us to focus on inner values. Material goods can make our lives more comfortable, but they will not fill us from within. On the contrary, they distract us from what truly matters: the development of our character, relationships with loved ones, and spiritual growth. If we allow materialism to dictate our decisions, we lose the ability to enjoy the genuine moments of life. We become dependent on external rather than internal factors. Stoics taught that happiness comes not from the outside, but from within. Therefore, the first step to freeing yourself from this obstacle is to realize that true wealth is not measured by the number of things you own, but by your ability to be happy regardless of them. Materialism clouds our true needs and values, so it is important to learn to distinguish what is truly necessary for our happiness from what is merely an illusion. Only then can we rid ourselves of this burden and find inner peace. The sixth obstacle we will discuss is unhealthy habits. They may seem insignificant, but over time, they become a heavy burden that slowly but surely destroys our health, energy, and productivity. This can be anything from constant overeating, excessive alcohol consumption, smoking, to a lack of physical activity or a sedentary lifestyle. We get so used to these habits that we don't even notice how they begin to control our lives. Stoics, particularly Seneca, emphasized the importance of self-control and moderation. They knew that discipline and control over oneself open the way to inner freedom. Health is our greatest treasure, and when we neglect it for the sake of short-term pleasures, we limit our own opportunities and potential. Unhealthy habits are often justified by phrases like, "Just once, I'll start tomorrow," or "I deserve this." But this path leads to constant procrastination on change, resulting in chronic fatigue, lack of energy, and negative impacts on our emotional and mental health. If we want to achieve inner peace and physical harmony, we must break this cycle and replace harmful habits with beneficial ones. For example, instead of binge-watching TV in the evening, why not take a short walk in the fresh air? Instead of snacking on unhealthy foods, choose healthy alternatives that boost your energy levels. Unhealthy habits pull us down, robbing us of our time, health, and potential. But as the Stoics said, every moment is a new chance for change, and the best time to start is now. The first step to freeing yourself from this obstacle is to realize its impact on your life. Only then can you transform your weaknesses into strengths and reach a new level of physical and mental resilience. The seventh obstacle we will discuss is anger and resentment. These emotions may seem natural and even justified when we are wronged or treated unfairly. However, in reality, they are some of the biggest enemies of our peace and harmony. Anger and resentment not only destroy our inner peace, but also negatively affect our physical and mental health. When we allow these emotions to take over, we effectively hand over our energy and control of our lives to those who have angered or offended us. It's like poison, slowly spreading throughout our bodies, undermining our well-being. Stoics, like many wise people of the past, believed that anger and resentment are manifestations of weakness and misunderstanding. Seneca noted that anger is a brief madness that leads to actions we later regret. When we allow ourselves to be angry or hold grudges, we not only cause ourselves suffering, but also create barriers to genuine relationships and healthy communication. Instead of succumbing to anger or outrage, Stoicism advises us to take a rational approach and exercise self-control every time we feel anger. We should stop and ask ourselves if this situation is truly worth giving my energy to. Perhaps there are other ways to resolve the conflict or understand the situation that do not harm our inner harmony. Practice forgiveness and understanding. This does not mean you should accept or endorse behavior you dislike, but it will help you free yourself from the emotional chains that keep you in the past and hinder your growth. Instead of focusing on grievances, it is better to direct your energy towards self-improvement and positive changes in your life. Remember that our happiness and peace lie in our hands. Let go of anger and resentment, and you will open the doors to true inner freedom. The eighth obstacle we will discuss is the excessive pursuit of comfort. In our modern world, where access to material goods and conveniences has become so easy, there is a temptation to seek only comfort and avoid any discomfort. However, this tendency can hinder our development and achievement of true success. Comfort is undoubtedly an important component of our daily lives, but when we become too attached to it, it can lead to stagnation and even a decline in our quality of life. True growth and achievement come through overcoming difficulties and solving problems. When we step outside our comfort zone, we present ourselves with new challenges that force us to adapt and become stronger. Without this process, our opportunities remain limited, and we miss the chance for self-improvement. Instead of avoiding difficulties, try to embrace them as part of your development. Allow yourself to confront new challenges and experiences, even if they may be uncomfortable or unpleasant. Remember that true success and inner peace often lie beyond our comfort zone. The ninth obstacle we will discuss is the lack of clear goals and plans in our lives. Often, we get caught up in routine without clearly defined goals or strategies for achieving what we desire. The absence of clear guidelines can lead to scattered efforts and wasted time. preventing us from achieving meaningful results. Without clear goals, we may feel like a ship without a rudder, drifting in an unknown direction, which can lead to frustration and a sense of hopelessness, as we do not know what we need to do to achieve what we want. Stoicism teaches us the importance of inner discipline and clarity of mind. To overcome this obstacle, start by identifying what is important to you and what you want to achieve. Formulate your goals clearly and specifically. Let them not just be vague aspirations of being successful, but concrete, measurable objectives such as learning a new skill, completing a project, or improving your health. Create an action plan that will help you achieve these goals and regularly review your progress. Remember that clearly defining your goals provides you with focus and motivation, helping you navigate life and achieve greater heights. Every step you take toward achieving your goals brings you closer to success and inner peace. Do not be afraid to set big goals and work on them persistently, as this will allow you to realize your potential and live a more conscious life. The 10th obstacle we will discuss is irregularity in self-discipline. The undeniable power of self-discipline is the key to achieving success and inner peace. However, irregularity in implementing healthy habits and routines can significantly hinder our growth and development. Imagine you are trying to grow a garden. If you do not regularly water the plants, take care of them, and maintain them in good condition, you will not be able to get a good harvest. Similarly, if you do not consistently work on your habits and maintain discipline, you will not achieve the desired results in life. Stoicism teaches us that discipline is the foundation of a successful and harmonious life.